Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the flyest vlogger on the planet. My name is Showtime the Czar. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having a great, positive, productive day as always. You know I got hip hop news, cultural updates, and everything like that for you guys today. But before we do any and all that, you know what you got to do. See that subscribe button on your screen right there. I need you to click that, turn that bell icon on so each and every time one of my videos drop, the content that I'm providing to you, you don't miss it. Let's get into it, y'all. Drop my intro. Alright, YouTube. So we're doing this episode a little bit different, only because the death of the legendary Malcolm Jamal Warner shocked the world. I got Lori Mack in the building with me. Lori Mack, say what's up.
What's up, beautiful people?
Yeah, see, she ain't got it today, y'all, because this is a tough story.
Yeah, sad.
While we won't take a deep dive, because there's still some more information that needs to be presented before we, have a super deep dialogue about this. We do want to say, first off, rest in peace. Sending prayers and healing energy to his family. I guess, Lori Mack, real quick, let's just, because if you know Malcolm Jamal Warner, he played on a lot of TV shows and movies and stuff. He did a lot of great acting, and everybody mostly knows him from the Cosby Show. Yeah. And I was listening to the radio. Yes, I'm that old, but I was listening to the radio, and they played a snippet. It was a Breakfast Club, and they played a snippet of the Cosby Show episode, and he talked about what was his favorite episode, and it was the first one, which was the one where he was getting bad grades. Remember that episode?
Yeah.
And so they played the little snippet part. And he goes, he tells his dad, he's telling him, Bill Cosby, he's like, yo, I just want to be a regular person. You know what I mean? And he's like, so maybe you should, I'm messing up the line, but he was like, maybe you should love me, for not being what I am, but maybe because I'm your son. You laughing because you know the part.
Yeah.
so then Bill Cosby goes, Theo, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Now, what do you get D's and everything? Now, hearing him talk about that episode, it made me laugh because I remember watching that as a kid.
Yeah.
And the part that made it funny was because, and he said this in the interview, it was normally after a part like that on TV, it's a heartfelt moment. They hug it out. Bill Cosby made that comedy right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Right after that part. So hearing him talk about that episode, man, it just made it warm my heart. I know that he's passed away, but
yeah,
it's just hearing that, you know what I'm saying, made me feel good talking about that. So if you wanted to share your favorite Malcolm Jamal Warner Cosby episode, or Malcolm in 80, I almost said Malcolm in the middle, Malcolm in 80 episode, hell no. Nah.
I mean, there's so many. I mean, a lot of them mainly is just the moments that he shared with his parents. I just loved how it was just so natural for the Cosbys. That's why I just love that show. Like, can't nobody make me hate that show. Yeah,
the Gordon Cartrell was a popular episode as well. So.
Yeah, or the one where they all came down singing.
Legendary. Yeah.
You just can't make the type of stuff up. You know what I'm saying? And he was still out here living his life and happy with his wife and his kids. And I just really feel just terrible about that happening. Like, and the last time he was alive, he was by himself. So it's kind of sad, man.
Yeah, it's hard to really talk about anything else, y'all, just because of this situation. It's like it came out of nowhere, and that was one of those TV people that you kind of grew up with,
right?
At all ages. So it's like,
and he handled himself well. Like, he handled himself really well through the years. Like, he just carried himself with so much grace and honor, and I don't know. I just really just admired who he was and who he became to be. Like, you just can't get that anywhere else. So rest in peace to him. Like, Malcolm, why'd you have to go, Malcolm?
Yeah, definitely rest in peace.
That's sad, man. I'm just sick. It's sick.
All right, so kind of switching gears here, man, just because it happened kind of sort of in our city. So there was a radio personality here in Detroit that did an interview with Ice Cube, and he asked Ice Cube about Aries Spears. Now, if you know who Aries Spears is a comedian. And right now, he's being, like, really blasted on social media because he's always hating on somebody, right? He talked about Angel Reese not too long ago. He talked about just, like, UK rappers. He talked about Ice Cube in particular, where he said that, Ice Cube doesn't do anything for him musically or as an actor. He just didn't like it. Now, Ice Cube responded to that again as he did the interview with our Big Dog Blast here in Detroit. And what he said was he doesn't really know anything about Aries Spears either. He just kind of took shots back at Aries Spears. But Aries Spears then responded to that and said, well, why do I got to be a hater because I don't like something? Okay. Why do I got to be a hater because I don't like what everybody else likes? Now, to me, it's an easy answer. I say to Aries Spears, right now, I posted this on my TikTok. It ain't about you hating and disliking something. It's two different things.
Right.
Okay. Being a hater is one of two things. You either dislike something to an extreme level or you don't give somebody credit when they're really good at something. What do you think about that?
I agree with both.
Okay. So, given the way Aries Spears talks about, people and things of that nature, right? What would you classify as being a hater in your definition? How do you describe what a hater is? And that way, if somebody else is watching this, they can say, well, damn, maybe I'm like Aries Spears too, right? What do you classify a hater as? Before we even get into Aries Spears, what do you think a hater is? Is there a thin line between hating and disliking? What do you think?
A thin line between the two? I mean, I guess it depends on what you hating about. I mean, it just seems like when you always got something negative to say about something, it don't really seem like it's just, oh, this is how I feel. It just seems like you're just never happy.
Okay, let me ask you this. If we're in a room full of people, right, and everybody in here say they like pizza, but one person says they like chicken, and the reason that they like the chicken is not because they actually like chicken, but because everybody else likes the pizza, and then they go into a deep dive of why pizza sucks. Do you claim that person is a hater? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you like pizza, but because you don't want it at that moment, you want to justify how chicken is better.
So you claim they're a hater?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
because you're going out your way to prove your opinion. You know what I'm saying? When you have to do that, that's when you become a hater. You have to go out your way to prove why you feel this way. If this is your opinion, I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
I agree.
And it could be left there. Like, you have to dive. When you dive deeper to be like, I hate this because it's this color and it tastes like this and that, blah, blah. Now you're just becoming a hater, okay? Because you could have saved all that. You diving in that deep for what? For who?
Yeah, I 1,000% agree. If you got to take a deep dive into being why you don't like something, then you just hating.
Yeah.
If you say I don't like this, I'm just not a fan of it, cool, no problem. Nobody thinks you're a hater. But when you start making, in this case, pizza look like it's a terrible thing.
Right. When you have had pizza, like just say if you've done something and you experienced it, be like, yeah, I don't like it. It just wasn't my thing. Okay. But if you say, oh, I don't like it because this is this, and I looked this up and this happened and this and that happened, and you read this story and this and that, and it's just this. It just sucks. It's just that. Okay.
You're trying to take the fun out of everybody else.
Right.
So the Aries Spirits, man, that's what makes you a hater, bro. If you have to take that deep of a dive into something instead of which is what he did when he talked about Ice Cube's Today Was a Good Day. He's making fun of the cadence. Oh, walking down the street and I see your fence. Jump the fence. Like, he don't, first of all,
now Spears, we could say we don't like you being in a room with kids. But we'd be wrong for that.
Oh yeah, he did.
You know? Right. But we'd be hating. We'd be like, well, we felt like this.
Yeah, when somebody said you're not funny because you did that one video with what's her name? Tiffany Haddish.
Right. That one, I think it was a movie.
Was it a movie or a skit? Whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
Right.
We just said we ain't like that. And went in deeper about it. There.
Are we haters then?
I don't know. I mean, everybody, they're entitled to their own opinion, right?
It's just crazy. Opinion and then hating is different to me. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with what you said. When you got to take a deep dive into stuff like that, saying you don't like something is cool. But when you do what he did, that's just hating, bro. You can say you don't like something without having to belittle what they doing. Right. And that's just my point about it. So let us know how you feel about what Aries Spears said in the comments below. Also, once again, send their thoughts and prayers up to Malcolm Jamal Warner. But yeah, let us know how you feel about the comment or about Aries Spears. I'm mixing the two up. Aries Spears in the comments below. And also send us your favorite Malcolm Jamal Warner moment in the comments below. But that's all we got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow us both on socials. And until next time, right here, y'all. Peace.